yaistan abhi satatamide guruvaran. Samadishtam yaistan abhi satatamide guruvaran. Madhya hridaya kashe sadanandamayo guru udetu satatam samyak swatmananda prabodhagaha. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi Om Tats. Jai Guru, Jai Guru. We shall have the recitation of Omkara 3 times. Remember what all I said earlier and do that way. Harihi, Harihi, Harihi. Today I thought I will tell you something about Guru Bhakti to begin with. Is it okay? Our Dr. Das, Nagendra Das, she reminded me again yesterday, Swamiji, please tell us something more about Guru Bhakti. I said, I have already explained. Guru Bhakti is far superior to Ishvara Bhakti. But why it does not become so? It's a very good question. We have Ishvara Bhakti very much prevalent in the minds and hearts of people. Huh? Huh? Oh. Divi bhumau tatha kashe
Divi bhumau tatha kashe
Bahirantasya me vibhu
Bahirantasya me vibhu
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Yo vibhatyavabhasatma
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha
Tasmai sarvatmane namaha.
We have an abundant measure and variety of Guru Bhakti in our land. Imagine how many temples are there. This is a village. in this village there are 3 or 4 temples. I don't think the villagers will be able to look after all the 4 temples. It should have been only one. Even that is very difficult. When a reconstruction has to be done, they will not have the resources to do so. But we had. Why it is so? Because whatever you may say, human life is not complete. We are not always what we want to be, what we should be. Everybody has got some trouble or the other. It may be in the form of a deficiency. That is why you desire and want to have more and more. Suppose you have more, some other difficulty crops up to manage what you have. Members of the family may not be harmonious, your own child may not be all right. If you have enough, the trouble of managing it. If you don't have enough, scantiness, something or the other. Because they are not feeling happy, complete and full, they are looking for something. Some trouble is there. Now where can they go and shed their trouble? Where from will they get relief? So I always say, all our temples are devotional centers where devotees can come and stay. See, whatever they have in their heart, sometimes they cannot disclose it to their own family members. So what will they do? They come to the temple and in front of the Lord, closing the eyes, whatever they want, they say. So God is a necessity, no doubt. Devotion also is a definite ingredient of human life. But that but is very important. The entire devotion is revolving around the so-called God whom we do not know and we have no possibility of knowing. You tell me? X said, I have seen God. Y comes and says, no, his sight is not all right, mine is the correct one. And now religions fight. They fight about whom? About the same God? It's a question of somebody saying about God. Where is the real God? You tell me. Has anybody found the real God? No. Because God itself is a concept of the human mind. The alphabet has originated from man. G-O-D are 3 letters taken from our alphabet. Like all the other words, God also is a word. And we have to explain it. Mr. God is not going to come and explain himself. Even if he explains, it is through the mouth of another man. He will say, God came and revealed this to me, therefore I tell you, you believe it. And people start believing. So understand very clearly that there is no possibility in our life to see God and interact with Him. Do you agree or not? Now what else you can interact with perhaps? You can interact with only someone like you. Suppose my Guru were a tiger. How would I have been interacting with him and what would have been my interaction? It is a Swami interacting with a tiger. So I have to interact with a human. And what is that human? That human has what I am in search of. That human has what I am in search of and what I don't know. I can ask him whether you know. He will give you an answer. In whose presence you feel comfortable, happy, assured, whose sight, whose words, whose anything else. Everything evokes a sense of regard, affinity, peace, assurance. This is that Guru whom you are searching and seeking. Now such a Guru when you find, I think the whole chapter of God should be closed. No more opening the chapter. People ask me to speak about Guru Bhakti. It is better that I don't speak. Why are you going to a Guru? I declare it to the listening of Lord Shiva, Mahavishnu and Brahma. If they can show God, let nobody come to this ashram. If you can see God in any other manner and you try, you succeed, I wish you well. If you don't succeed, if I am here, then I will show you. What are you saying? What is this Guru? Who is this Guru? Guru has what you seek, what you want to know, and what you are missing. When you are not able to tap it from any other source, then only you go to a Guru. Otherwise you will tap it from another place. Am I clear or not? Huh? I have written a shloka long back about my Gurudev. His Purvashrama name was Prafulla Chandra. So I wrote it in that name. Prafulla Chandram Pranatosmi Nityam. Prafulla Devam Pranatosmi Nityam Dayasamudram Nataloka Bandhum Sambhranta Chittaya Samashridaya Samadhishadyatha Paramatma Tattvam. I found him to be a Daya Samudra. I have heard words like this. Daya, an ocean of mercy. Bah! Was my father like that? I don't know. My mother, I have great regard for my mother and father, but I won't be able to say Daya Samudra either about my mother or about my father. First of all, that question was not there. There was no time when I read it there, Daya. I was born of them, they looked after me. I could find only in my Gurudev a kind of a qualification or a characteristic like this. Nataloka Bandhum. He is the friend of all those who go and humbly prostrate before him, seeking his guidance or acceptance. Sambhranta Chittaya Samashritaya. The word Sambhranta Chitta means I had an agitated mind, a mind that was restless. For that person, he advised Paramatma Tattva and gave Shanti. This is what you get from a Guru. If you don't have agitation, if you don't have a quest, why should you go to him at all? Don't go. The moment you go to him, maybe initially you don't go properly, you may not be that much of a seeker, but during the association, if the seeking grows and you reach the required measure, at least at that time you should have the right relationship with Guru. Am I clear? Huh? Maybe you go there, you don't know anything. You have liked him, you accept him. But as you progress, you will find he has what you did not know earlier. So he advises you, instructs you on the Supreme Paramatma. Paramatma is a Tattva. What? What is meant by a Tattva? It is not a substance, it is not matter, it is not energy. It is only a Tattva, a kind of a principle which you can understand, comprehend with your mind and intelligence. Once you go to the Guru, what are you supposed to do? You prostrate before him, you ask him, tell him whatever you want, he listens to you, then the next role is to listen to what he says. What? To listen to? Otherwise, why should you go? If you know everything, why should you go to him? And after going to him, what are you going to do every day? You see him front and back and come back? Whatever you have to ask, you ask him. Without asking, whatever he says, also accept it. So the interaction with the Guru is only to listen to him and take his directions. Once you start doing it, you have no other focus in life. Absolutely nothing. You can ask him, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to become? Our great Shankara, he was a brilliant luminary. He asked his father about Brahma Jnana. The father said, oh, Brahma Jnana. I only know of one person who will be able to help you in this. That is Govindapada, living on the banks of Narmada in Gujarat. The father very soon died. Shankara did not have any further discussion on the subject. His mind was completely focused on the unseen Govindapada. He wanted to go to him. He was very young. His mother was a widow with no other child. Shankara alone was the child. He decided to go. This is one instance which has always appealed to me. Leaving the widowed mother, how is it that this son, very little lad, he decided to go? So what is that supreme call which rises above the fondness for the mother, fondness for the parents, fondness for everything? Nothing seems to be weighing against this wonderful call. So he went there. Shankara was an unusual disciple. Govindapada found him to be very, very rare. Shankara apparently found in Govindapada his lost father, and Govindapada must have found in him an unborn son. Ultimately, what happened? Shankara got enlightened and he said, my dear boy, look at all these, mostly anthill heathen. These scriptures have been lying here, useless. Ever since the wave of Hinduism after Buddha, for 1,300 years, our country was practically eclipsed. The Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Brahma Sutras, all of them were unknown. Buddhism. What did Buddha, after all, finally, what did he say? He spoke about nirvana. The word Brahma Nirvana was there earlier also. It was no new nirvana. Nirvana means redemption. Redemption is what our scriptures speak about and ask you to seek. All the ashrams were practically useless. They were not manned by good ascetics. Buddha searched in so many places. Nowhere there was an answer. He got dejected, started wandering. Ultimately got illumined from somewhere. Because he was a king, a prince, so many people followed him blindly. The Buddhist wave overtook our subcontinent for 1,300 years, can you imagine? Shankara's advent was after that. So Govindapada said, you have the potential, you have the resolve, you have the quality of leadership. Can you do something about it? He instantly said, I shall try. From then on, this boy Shankara was restlessly traveling in our country, propagating and disseminating all that I am telling you now. Tell me, what was it? Do you think God could have done it? Huh? No answer. Huh? Could God have done it? Then why did he do otherwise? It required a Govindapada. It required a Shankaracharya. It required a Guru-shishya relationship and a behest from the teacher. Implicit obedience by the disciple. Now this kind of an interaction will never take place between the invisible God and the visible man. Is it clear to you now? Huh? Put the whole chapter of God, close it. I was worshipping a Gopalakrishna as my mother wanted me to. When I went to Calcutta, the worship stopped. It was kept on a wall. See, I am a very enthusiastic person. People should not excite me beyond a measure. So I used to speak as a boy very well. People used to come to the... So I used to explain the supreme truth. Sometimes it doesn't go in. So one day I said, I took this idol and rubbed it under my feet. It was there, unworshipped. What do you say? All that we are saying is useless? It doesn't have a place and purpose? I always say, whenever I have read Bhagavad Gita, I have not gone into commentaries. Very rarely I read the meaning of a verse from somebody. My feeling is that I should explain Bhagavad Gita as Krishna wanted to explain. This is my line of thinking. Suppose Krishna comes to me now, "Oh Swami, you are a wonderful exponent. You are explaining my Gita very wonderfully, but I have one or two corrections to make in my own statement." I said, "Krishna, no necessity at all. 5,000 years have passed and you are coming and tell me there are some corrections. After another period also you will come and say further corrections. Why should you correct it? I find it to be perfect and complete, and that is more than sufficient. So please don't the trouble of correcting me or others. Please go back." This is what I will say. You are afraid, isn't it? Huh? The fulfillment that you get from spiritual pursuit, bhidyate hridaya gridhi, chidyante sarva samshayaha, kshiyante chasya karmani, tasmin drishte paravare. If you see the supreme truth in all its fullness, in the highest and in the lowest, three are the benefits. The hridaya grandhi, what is that? The ego of your heart. Bhidyate, it is broken. What is this I? It separates you. What? I. Different from? Different from all the rest. Actually, is there any scope for difference here? Is it not a homogeneous consciousness that is everywhere? Then what do you mean by the I? So that ego is broken. Chidyante sarva samshayaha. All doubts are cleared. Kshiyante chasya karmani. All karmas, sanchita, prarabdha and agami, they are completely attenuated. Tasmin drishte paravare. When you understand the truth in fullness, this is the benefit. So do you think I should listen to Krishna? Why are you keeping quiet? Huh? Why should I listen to him? He has already spoken and it is absolutely all right. I find it very well. I am mentioning this because maybe I am speaking in a playful and humorous manner, but this is the definiteness I have. Only because I went to my Guru, I am unshakable. You offer me anything that you want. The whole earth is converted into gold and give it to me. I say, I don't want. What shall I add on to myself? Where? I feel I am absolutely complete. The body is full of matter. And that fullness of matter is permeated by a supra-material presence called the soul. Is there any more space, you tell me? Huh? For one molecule or atom? आप चुप रहते हैं क्यों? बोलिए ना. Huh? Not at all. Where from will you get this realization? You tell me. Has any God instilled this? Then why did we have to struggle with our Vedas? The Vedas took a long time to be evolved. By the time they reached the Upanishad, we don't know what is the time measure that passed. So they struggled and struggled. They performed rituals. They offered a lot of materials in the fire. Ultimately they found none of them has reached the addressee. Finally they hit upon the truth. Tell me, who hit upon the truth? The Upanishadic seeker, the Upanishadic enquirer, the Vedic proponent. No God came here at all. Vedas were evolved by us. Shastras are written by us. It is we, Srimad Bhagavata is written explaining the greatness of God. I once had a trouble with my throat, which again has perhaps started. So the doctor advised me to take a voice rest. So I carried a board and started writing. I wrote a poem. What is that poem? My dear God, I have been speaking about you and your glory. I started doing it because you should not feel sorry that nobody came forward to speak about my glory. You should not be dejected. That is why I started. Now, I have been speaking about your glory. Now, if you put me into silence like this, who will speak about your glory? Would you like to be tarnished? So I wrote something like this. This gives you an indication of how much is the certainty, clarity, finality, fullness and absoluteness one gets. The mind and the intelligence derive. Tell me, where from have I got it? He has not spoken to me much. Whenever I used to get time, I used to go to Dakshin Khanda and live with him. We did not engage in too much of conversation and all that. He was not such a talker as I am. But whenever he is asked, he will speak. Otherwise, rarely he will speak. I will do some, what is the service to be done? That also was not much. But I used to spend time and listen to him. One day, we had a conversation. I am not able to remember what it was. There, I expressed my view. I said, either it was a no or something like that. Then he quoted a verse. Yad ahankaram ashritya na yotsya idimanyase mityaisha vyavasayaste prakritistvam niyokshidi. This is a verse from Bhagavad Gita. I had not read Bhagavad Gita, but he recited this verse. What does it say? Standing on your ego, whatever you firmly say that I will not do, this resolve is absolutely flimsy. Prakriti will force you to act. Bas. Bas. This is all what I heard from him. I did not seek an explanation. I did not say anything further. It meant a world full of advice for me. All your assertions from the ego level are good for nothing. Open your inner doors. Let the divine flow and take you. You don't have to struggle in this world, strive in this world. Be a beautiful instrument for divinity to play on. In spirituality, the last gain is what? Ego effacement. What? Ego effacement. The effacement of the ego. This one verse was sufficient for me. At another time he said, Yada yad kartumayadi tata tat kurute riju shubham vapi ashubham vapi tasya cheshtahi balavad. Whatever comes to be done from time to time, just do it like a child. Keep quiet. Oh, this is the attainment. All kinds of doubt, resistance, indecision, everything drops from the mind and you become clear, simple, facile. This kind of a simplification is what we want. Who will tell you this and who will show you this? You know, because I had seen my Guru and I had interacted with him so intimately, I have become so unshakable. If somebody goes to Vaikuntha, they may not find one like me there. But when you have this kind of a bhakti, it is had by a great fortune. You cannot easily find one and you cannot become one. If this kind of a bhakti graces you, Ure Baba, there is nothing more than that. So many people seek initiation from me and take also. You know, I don't know whether they are living or dead. I don't know whether they are living or dead. When I used to go to Delhi, I sometimes used to say, I don't know whether you have been living so far. This is the initiation they are making about. Is this called Diksha? What is meant by Diksha? Diksha is establishing a relationship in your mind. I call it the second life, the new life for you. The first life is a biological birth about which you don't know. This is an optional second birth for you, in the hands of your Guru by his acceptance and your submission. So Guru Bhakti means there is nothing beyond it. Once you meet the Guru, get yourself initiated. Initiation is only a formal affair. You are finding him to be your Guru and he is accepting you. I think everything else will follow. You can say God, do godly things. See, I am a person who always speaks in favor of temples. I told you we are running 7 temples. All these are necessary for the society, but not for one who has the Sadguru and who has bhakti for him. You are seeking God not to become God, but to realize God. So in your quest for self-realization or God-realization, what is it that you want to see? You want to see somebody who has realized God so that you can become like him. If he is a God-realized person, he will tell you what is this God-realization, what is God, what is realizing him, and after realization, how will a man of realization live, speak and interact. This he will tell you. I don't think, when you start knowing it, I don't think there is anything else necessary at all. Guru Bhakti should mean spending as much time with the Guru as possible. See, this is a learning which cannot be communicated over the mic and all that. You live. Our Lakshmi Narayan has been here for quite a few months now. How much? How long? Ma?
6 months now.
Hmm? So he has been with me inside the bathroom, there, in the toilet, everywhere he has been with me. What will I do? I will talk to him something. And whatever occurs to me, I will talk to him. Suppose he was not close to me and with me, do you think I will search him out and talk? I will not. This proximity is something very, 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 very significant. Only when you are proximate, you can be proximate only when you are open. You should become a clean slate on which the Guru can write. I am speaking a lot. It is none of these speeches. None of these. It's a totally different affair. You go and be by the side of your Guru. Just observe him. Generally, a good Shishya will like everything about the Guru. Everything. Everything. Things which he may not normally like or used to. We are all belonging to different states, different customs, different kinds of food, etc. None of these will interfere with our relationship with the Guru. Our inmates here, they have a complaint that we are not getting time to talk to Swamiji. I said, what do you want me? You want an idle Swami? So I am in my office. Very rarely I am in my room. I go there only to rest and go to the bathroom and toilet whenever that is required. Otherwise I am in my office. Why don't you come here and sit? And while writing, if you are present here, automatically I will feel like talking to you. They tried, stopped. I found they coming and sitting 4 or 5 times. Left. I said, why don't you come and sit? So I will automatically see you. We are already giving you discourses. Apart from it, whatever I feel like telling you, I will say comments. Ask them whether they are doing it. Even now my office is open. I don't know whether they will come. They are likely not to come.
Swamiji, if you say like this, it gives a different picture.
What?
They are coming and sitting and whenever they get time. Because they are not coming, because they are doing your work at different other places. That is why they do not come.
I am not asking the reason why they are not coming.
And there's a complaint. When you go to Swamiji, he will not even look at you. And he goes over here. If somebody comes from outside, then Swamiji will give time.
When people come, why suddenly I should look at them? They are already here and they have a close and intimate relationship. So maybe I am writing a sentence, after completing it or a paragraph, I will look at them. It is not an emergent situation. But what I say is, they should come and sit. If they were doing it, it would have meant a lot of difference. But they are not doing it. This Guru Bhakti is very, 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 very wholesome. In that there is a pratyakshada. What is that? Pratyaksha, you understand? Direct. With Bhagavan, that pratyakshada is not there. That is the difference. And should you be devoted to an impersonal, invisible God, or should your devotion meaningfully be directed towards the Guru? It's a fundamental question I ask before you. You tell me. Should you be devoted to an impersonal, invisible God, or should you be devoted to a visible and personal Guru? With whom can you interact? And interact meaningfully, with total alikeness? This is an important question. In my family, 5 people have taken sannyasa. I am the youngest, so all the others are elder to me. I have found over the years that in the devotional proximity, and acceptance, I think I make a difference. I am unlike my brothers. Have you got enough information? Huh? So I shall stop. Guru Bhakti. This is a place of Guru Bhakti, Guru Sangha, Guru Samparka. This is only meant for that. Our people in Delhi wanted to have a temple there. We did not accept it.
You understood my question and you have answered.
Huh?
You understood my question and you have answered. Let me tell you what was my question. My question was, in front of everybody I am saying, I indirectly meant that I shouldn't be playing any God. I shouldn't be playing any God, which I am not doing in fact. And you should go to such a high level that I should never look for anybody other than you. That is what I think.
See, this Guru Bhakti is so great. Ekalavya went to Dronacharya. Dronacharya did not accept him, refused him. Ekalavya said, I refuse your refusal. What? You are still my Guru. I am going away as a disciple. Then he kept a clay pratima of Guru and started worshipping. Dronacharya never knew about it. Ultimately what happened? He excelled Arjuna, and Arjuna went and reported to him. Tell me, what more do you want? If he is worshipping God, you will escape saying that God knew it. Here Dronacharya did not know. Did not? No. Yet he excelled. Tell me, where is Bhakti installed and seated? So Guru Bhakti, whether it is to Guru or a stone or anybody, that Bhakti is in your heart. If that Bhakti is full, it instantly gives its result. At least this much you know. Okay. You ready? They have come? They have come? न पारमेष्ठ्यं न महेन्द्रधिष्ण्यं न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यं न योगसिद्धिरपुनर्भवं वा मय्यर्पितात्मेच्छति मद्विनान्यद् मय्यर्पितात्मेच्छति मद्विनान्यद् हरिः 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 all of you. Hari Om. That's